And it's time for Coach's Pick of the Week. Last week, he picked the Indiana State Sycamores to go to the College World Series, defeating the TCU Horned Frogs. And in typical Coach's Pick of the Week fashion, the Horned Frogs swept those Sycamores right out of the Super Regional. And Coach is now 2-7 on the year on a 6-game losing streak. Coach, it's time for you to redeem yourself. Please, please bless us with another Picketh of the Week.
Hear ye, hear ye. Come one, come all, and take a seat, because this is going to be a long-winded pick of the week, because I have my official pick of the week, and I have two honorable picks of the week. Let's start with the real one. So, obviously, if the TCU Horned Frogs were good enough to overcome the Sycamores of Indiana State, that must mean that they are also good enough to win the entire College World Series. So
Oh, Jesus.
we are going to I'm taking it right now, man, because it's going to be about 2 weeks before we're back here, and it'll probably all be wrapped up by then. I'm taking the TCU Horned Frogs to win the College World Series. They're going to have to overcome a couple pretty big hurdles to do so, but why not take them? And before we wrap this up, I got a couple other little picks I want to take here. These are more less official picks, but I think they're worth stating. And we didn't get to this, but I want to mention this. I am picking the city of Las Vegas over the city of Oakland in the running for the home of the Athletics moving forward. And we didn't get to elaborate much on the reverse boycott that took place and the fans showing up. I understand the sentiment that Oakland fans have, but I have a little bone to pick with you. Okay, so you guys don't show up, and I understand your team's not very good this year, but since the year of 2000, okay, and not to hijack stats here, but since the year of 2000 through 2022, so 22 years, they've made the playoffs 11 times. So they've made the playoffs 50% of the time. Okay. There's a lot of franchises out there that would take that in a second. All right. And a few of those were runs. Like one time was 4 years straight they made it. The other two times, 3 years straight they made it. 3 years straight they made it. They had one off in there. And so on top of that, there was a rough period between 2007, 2011. They were only 500 one time. They went 81-81 in 2010, which was their best record in that stretch. But outside of that, they were very successful with playoff runs. And yeah, they're a small market team that gets plucked apart after a successful season, and their players go, to the Yankees, to the Dodgers, to the Red Sox, or whatever, just like the Marlins used to be. But for a team that makes the playoffs half the time, you got to show up. And so if it weren't for the fans and their lack of loyalty, I'll say that, to the A's, I don't think this would even be happening. You can blame ownership all you want, but ownership has managed to put a successful team on the field at least half the time, which is more than a lot of other franchises can say. And my last pick of the week, I am taking the Iceman over Sooner Softball Nation. Okay. Sooner Softball Nation came after the Iceman pretty hot last week, but I'm telling you what, there's no guy that's more passionate about sports and about singing the praises of the Oklahoma Sooners softball team than the Iceman. And I'm really happy about what we did and what we talked about. And they're a redundant bunch. We'll give them that. And passionate, even if misguided at times. But I will take the Iceman all day, every day over Boomer Sooner. No doubt about that.
Well, that last pick ain't going to matter because you're going to have the entire city of Oakland pitchforking in Peoria, Illinois, looking for your ass after what you just said about them. However, the TCU Horned Frogs, who you had losing last week to win the entirety of the College World Series, inexplicably, it's never going to happen, Coach. So let it be written. So let it be done, hopefully. Oh, sometimes you just make my job so much harder than it ever has to be. And